this film is actually, I must bow down before you because you have been that much sincere to that topic. And I couldn't watch the film. I watched the film actually by holding breath. I want to say that each and every scene, I want to cry loudly. Hats off to you guys. Thank you for taking this topic and exposing before the public and bringing it to the big screen. Hi everyone. First of all, hats off to the entire crew because you have done such an awesome job. This film is actually closely related to my life and to my heart. I'm Dr. Anagha. I'm coming from Thrissur, Kerala. I'm a physiotherapist by profession and full-time worker of Arsha Vidya Samajam. Before 2 years, I too went through a stage of conversion. And like Shalini Unnikrishnan, that character, my life was also changed upside down during my hostel days. Even though I was born and brought up in a practicing Hindu family, I was not at all aware about why I'm doing all these things, or I was unaware about my dharma. And when I went for my higher studies, I left home and joined in Ernakulam in a college, and I stayed in a hostel there. And like Asifa, I too had many roommates. The conversion strategy, what shown in the film, is exact, not a bit exaggeration. I must say that it is exact because they themselves create a situation and slowly inject or slowly started to say about their religion. Between the normal conversations itself, between us, religion came a topic and they started us questioning. Just like whatever you are asking. Actually, after seeing the film, I was really angry with you because you had acted so much best, okay? Just like that strategy means first they will ask questions, they will put you in confusion, and at that confused state, they will start criticizing our religion, that is our gods. The same exact questions, why are you having this much gods, why are you praying to a stone? So much questions they keep on asking, and because of we are unaware about why we are following all these things, or I was unaware about my dharma, so I couldn't answer any of those questions, and like Shalini Unnikrishnan kept silent, I also kept silent. And after noticing, I felt that somewhere a degrading thought came to me that why I am not knowing these things, so I have to search on. So I came to my parents and asked these questions, what I faced from my friends. And they told me that just because our forefathers are doing all this, we are following the same. It was obviously not convincing to me. I started searching in social medias also, but there also I couldn't get any convincing answers because many explanation to shlokas, etc., are given. But what a common man has doubts, it was not given by any of the scholars or I couldn't get from any sources. So slowly, as depicted in the film itself, slowly Shalini started to ask questions. Okay, if this is wrong, then what is right? They make us to ask like that. And slowly I started asking, okay, then what is right? And they started to say that Allah is the only God. No others should be worshipped other than Allah. If you worship anybody rather than Allah, you will be put in hell. The first thing they will present, they are presenting their ideology in such a way that it is the best and it is the only truth. And slowly I started asking more questions, and when they notice that we are interested, they will give more books, that is Quran translations, that is called Tafsir. And also they started to share videos of Zakir Naik and M.M. Akbar and all. And actually these videos of those people made me actually, radicalized. I was radicalized to that ideology. Because I slowly, gradually, my brain was fed up with this radicalized ideology. I was becoming a dangerous girl, I must say, because I started to believe that none of the ideologies except Islam is right. And not only right, I started hating, because it is said in the Quran itself, no consideration should be given to the kafirs. I'm not at all exaggerating it. There are many verses in the Quran itself how they consider, or how Allah consider kafirs. So I was keep on studying this ideology, and slowly I became a anti-Hindu. And I must say that not only anti-Hindu, I became anti-human, because my parents' tears, my family's tears was not at all bothering me. They kept on crying and fall to my feet and said, please don't go away. I started all practices that is followed by Muslim, that I was living like a Muslim woman. For about 5 years, I studied Islam, and at 2020, I was actually living like a Muslim woman. And at that time, you can just imagine, I was from a practicing Hindu family, and puja and all are going on in my home. At that time, in upstairs, I am doing namas. And my parents couldn't tolerate what I am doing. They can't even stop me. But what to say? I am asking them questions and they can't answer any of them. So they couldn't stop me from anything. They could only do one thing, was cry and say that please don't go away. And at last day, my father and mother, I'm not at all exaggerating, it was what I have gone through. My father and mother came to me and fell into my feet and said that please don't go away. If you go away, we will commit suicide. No other options left between us. So the one who gave to birth me, the one who loved me, the one who cared for me, I told to them, anyway, you are going to die as kafirs. You are going to be put in hell. It does not bother me if you commit suicide or not. I was really rude to them. Sorry. Actually, this ideology, I must say, this ideology made me to say that, because it considered kafirs as just below animals. They consider kafirs as below animals. And it is also mentioned in the Quran that if your parents are non-Muslims or disbelievers, you does not have to obey your parents, or you does not have to consider your parents as, you does not have to consider them as parents. They were taught like, I was taught like that. And let you guys decide whether this ideology or this behavior is anti-nation or anti-human. You guys decide. And I was so rude that not only to my parents, even to my cousin sister's child, when she at that time she was just 4. While the azan was given, I couldn't perform namas at time, and she was keep on coming to me and say, come, let's play, let's play. I got very angry, and I pushed her down. Just see, she's just 4. She's not even knowing what I am going through. Is this anti-human or what? And after 5 or 6 years of Islamic study, I was completely against others. Only Allah or Muslims are right. Is this a tolerant thinking? It is intolerance, right? And by God's grace or my family's prayers, I was able to come to Arshavidya Samajam and meet Acharya ji. And as Vishali ji said, the ideology which I was carrying in my head for the 6 long years, he proved me, Acharya ji proved me to be false within just 3 hours. It is only through our course, Adhyatmika Shastram course. So I must say that I was escaped just because my parents' prayers or whatever it is. But what the film showed, what strategy they tried to expose in front of public is real. Please don't say that it is some agenda or what. You are playing actually with thousands of girls' lives. Please do believe that. After coming to Arshavidya Samajam, I also met so many cases, and you asked how they are becoming anti-nation, right? Some of the students from US came to us, and he was highly radicalized in this ideology, and he was asking his Pakistani and Afghanistani friends that, when are you coming to attack India? Why are you not demolishing the temples in India? Is this anti-nation or what? Is this anti-human or what? Actually, I am not saying that all Muslims are wrong or all Hindus are right or all Christians are wrong. I am not at all saying that. But this ideology surely, definitely contains some of the verses or that makes anti-human or anti-national. And we must say that a strong caucus is functioning all over the world to convert people, to radicalize them, to recruit them to this ISIS terror or any other terrorist groups. And it is a fact. This film is actually, I must bow down before you because you have been that much sincere to that topic. And I couldn't watch the film. I watched the film actually by holding breath. I want to say that each and every scene, I want to cry loudly. Hats off to you guys. Thank you for taking this topic and exposing before the public and bringing it to the big screen. Thank you all. And also, I must thank you, my Acharya ji, my Guruji, Acharya Manojji and Arshavidya Samajam. Because of them only, I could come back to my dharma. And so many, regardless of how many threats or whatever crisis we are facing, some of them in this society, we are ready to even give or surrender our lives for saving our sisters, daughters, all them, not only girls, all them. We are ready. And once of all, thank you, everybody.